You ever noticed how some people's birthdays are this full-blown production, while for other people, it's just, a Tuesday? On one hand, you've got the huge parties and a million social media posts, and on the other, total radio silence. It's a really fascinating split, and believe me, the reasons go way deeper than just whether or not you like cake.
So what's really going on here? Why do some people just soak up that birthday spotlight while others seem to actively run away from it? Is it about being sad, or maybe just being mature, or is it something else entirely? Well, we're about to get into it.
It really comes down to these two extremes, doesn't it? You have the day that's all about external recognition, the parties, the gifts, the whole shebang. And then you have the day that just quietly passes by. That difference is huge, and as it turns out, it is not random at all.
Yeah, this goes so far beyond a simple preference. It's actually a window, a peek into someone's psychology, their past experiences, their current state of mind. So, let's dive into the 3 deep psychological reasons behind that it's just another day mindset.
All right, our first reason starts by looking backward. For some people, the choice not to celebrate is actually rooted deep in their past, and it's explained by a really powerful psychological concept called learned helplessness.
This quote just cuts right to the heart of it. Imagine this for a second. You're a kid, and your birthday is just consistently forgotten. Maybe your friends were always busy, or your family just overlooked it. Or maybe you planned that one party and hardly anyone showed up. Ouch. After that happens over and over, that repeated disappointment starts to teach your brain a pretty tough lesson. And the result of that lesson is a state called learned helplessness. Your brain basically adapts to prevent future pain by just lowering your expectations to 0. You stop hoping for a celebration because, honestly, it's a lot less painful than being let down again. It's not that you stopped caring, it's that caring just became too costly. And what's wild is this mindset can leak into other parts of your life, right? Making you hesitant to try for a promotion or even start a new relationship, all to avoid that potential sting of disappointment.
But what if it's not about old wounds from the past? Well, that brings us to our second reason, and this one is all about the intense pressure of the here and now. We're talking about being so overwhelmed that you develop a kind of time blindness.
I mean, does this list feel a little familiar? Yeah. In the relentless pace of modern life, with the endless deadlines and the constant digital noise, special occasions can just get completely lost in the shuffle. Your birthday arrives, but before you can even take a breath and process it, the day's already gone. So for this group of people, the birthday isn't being intentionally ignored, it's just being squeezed out by absolutely everything else. The brain is so focused on the immediate to-do list that one single day on the calendar just loses its special status. It blends right into the background noise of a very, very busy life.
Okay, so we've got past pain and present burnout. But our third and final reason is completely different. It has absolutely nothing to do with negativity. In fact, it's about a profound sense of power that comes from within, emotional independence.
This mindset is a complete game changer. For people in this group, their self-worth just isn't tied to external validation. They don't need a party or a phone blowing up with notifications to feel valued because they have already built that feeling for themselves, from the inside out.
Now, the psychology behind this is just fascinating. It's linked to something called self-determination theory. And this theory basically argues that true well-being, it doesn't come from outside praise. It comes from fulfilling our own core needs internally.
And here's the simple way it works. When you feel in control of your own life, that's autonomy. And you feel skilled and effective at what you do, that's competence. You naturally develop this deep sense of inner satisfaction. You just don't need a special day to validate your existence because you're already feeling validated from within.
So we've looked at 3 very different paths, haven't we? One of past pain, one of present pressure, and one of inner peace. Let's bring them all together for a second, because it turns out that how you see your birthday says a whole lot about how you see your life. So here's the breakdown. You've got learned helplessness, born from past disappointment, time blindness, caused by present burnout, and emotional independence, which comes from inner satisfaction. There are 3 completely distinct psychological paths that all lead to the exact same outcome, treating a birthday like any other day.
You know, what's really fascinating is that this isn't just about one day a year. People who don't need a big birthday celebration often don't crave the spotlight in general. They've discovered how to find value and contentment in the everyday, the small moments, instead of waiting for one special occasion to finally feel it. So the final question really just comes back to you. After exploring all these different reasons, which path resonates with you the most? Do you thrive on that big external celebration, or have you already found that sense of celebration quietly within yourself? It's definitely something worth thinking about.